All in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
We go tonight. 20.
Alert flow, alert flow, alert flow.
Chester. We're good.
Now Goff on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, pick it up. Hey, 5. Check 26, check 26.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Go, Mike. Tonight, 120. Value 3.
Now it's gone. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, here's Breida. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Breida, he'll try the right side. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 29-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On second down, Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Like 20. 51.
Be a long day for you. Shit.
DC.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This is Breida. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive tunnel.
Agreed.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Kareem Hunt hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Goff. Going up top. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check hot. Check 99.
Now a toss play. It's Breida. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
So if we've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Here we go. 180. Obama.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Alert!
A gain of a yard.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Point it right.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Real.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And he slings one that's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time.
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
We go tonight. Check back, check back. No. Off.
Here's Breida. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 3rd and long. It's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. They'll find Everett there, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mayfield looks to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Switch.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And a short gain down to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the 4th down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second thought.
Got him in. It's Brashon Perriman. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would
What do you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
180! Hey, 133! Real. Back, Echo! Watch out!
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. That is caught. It's Perriman. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Brown there on the tackle. Throwing on second down. Mayfield. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I can't believe they even let you play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Whirling.
Mike 51.
Throwing on third. Gone. Open man is Uzomah. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Cut. Check 3.
They run with Breida. Levante David in on the tackle.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Value 3.
He's coming. Double up.
They run again with Breida. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Kill.
Point out.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's Breida. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check that set.
Here is Eckler. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
They run for him with Breida, and he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and that will force a turnover on downs. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. He shakes him off. Fights off the defender. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They run it with Balaj. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Boston Scott, his first carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And now he'll tuck it and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Regular. Check 9.
They'll run here with Balaj. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Balaj. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Balaj. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield to throw. Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
What you got, Heavy?
Mayfield.
Give something.
And that is incomplete. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now. They have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Watch out, watch out.
Hey, Shell.
Turn it up. Kill, turn it up.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
We're good.
Now gone. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Now it's gone. And that will be incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Motion.
Five.
51's the mic.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield now from the 50. Flush to his right. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pistol. Hey, Delta. Hurry.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. But he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the